$123 for a box of pickled mustard. You heard it right, it used to be 7 cents a bag when we were kids. Now it's sold at the price of Mao Tai. You can't even afford a drink because drinks below 40 cents have collectively disappeared from the shelves. Oh, instant noodles are getting more and more expensive. Mercedes-Benz and BMW are reducing their prices, but instant noodles, pickled mustard, and fat nerd Mary drink and the like are increasing in price. Is it better to make money from the rich? Why does this market have to harvest the poor? In mainland China, Coke, pickled mustard, and instant noodles are jokingly called three-piece combo for poor guys by netizens because they are cheap and delicious. While the Chinese Communist Party is constantly promoting consumption, ordinary people are tightening their pockets due to declining incomes. But they are horrified to find that the price of this affordable poor guy's three-piece combo has also increased. The parent company of the Master Kong Instant Noodles is the largest Taiwanese-funded enterprise in China, and Taiwanese-funded enterprises are seen as foreign enterprises by Chinese people, not local brands. Master Kong Instant Noodles have always been the most popular instant noodle brand in China due to their economical price. Now there are some changes. Support domestic products, and I will eat White Elephant Instant Noodles. Such a big bucket, which has not increased in price, it's still 70 cents. The price of Master Kong Instant Noodles first increased in small buckets, and after a while, now again, the price of large buckets is going to increase. The large bucket of Master Kong was sold for 76 cents before, and now it has increased in price to 83 cents. I can hardly afford instant noodles. I just bought 2 boxes of instant noodles. The price of the large bucket of Master Kong has risen to 83 cents, and the small bucket has also increased to 62 cents, which the store owner said some other stores have already raised the price to 70 cents. I wanted to buy a big one, but couldn't bear to do it on second thought. I bought a small bucket, a hit to my wallet too. Already 42 cents now, the era of 35 cents has gone and will never return. It's because the cost of instant noodles goes higher. Is rice more expensive? No. Has the worker's salary increased? No. Has the freight cost increased? No. They should already switch from oil trucks to electric trucks and from trucks to cars, which will save more money. But as an opposite result, the price of instant noodles has increased from 35 cents to 42 cents. Prices are rising every day. The living costs for our ordinary people are getting higher and higher, and we really can't afford them. Only your salary hasn't increased. Coca-Cola Company came out to explain. What did they say? They stated that the price of bulk commodities has increased, specifically the cost of white sugar, which is used to make Coke. Therefore, our Coke price must also increase. 330 milliliters of Coke used to be 28 cents. Now it's risen to 35 cents. 550 milliliters of Coke, originally 42 cents. Now it's risen to 49 cents. How much was a pack of Wujiang pickled mustard? 70 grams at first. 7 cents. How much is it now? 42 cents. The pickled mustard here is 56 cents a pack. Damn, if I don't work harder, I can't even afford to eat pickled mustard. Why are instant noodles and pickled mustard prices rising? Behind this is the CCP's calculation of the people. A female blogger analyzed and pointed out the reason. You guys don't want to spend money. Okay, then I'll increase your living expenses. So the three-piece combo for the poor has started to increase in price. Do you know what the three-piece combo is? Instant noodles, pickled mustard, and cola. Ordinary people are very sensitive to prices. If the prices of these 3 items have increased, the lives of ordinary people will be even more difficult. Although the price of cola, pickled mustard, and instant noodles has only increased by 7 cents, it may not seem much, but for people who will carefully calculate when spending even $1, they actually care a lot. Cola, pickled mustard, and instant noodles, which are relatively affordable foods, were once regarded as poor guy's three-piece combo by Chinese consumers. Under the combined influence of China's continued price increases, increased raw material costs, and various factors, their prices continue to rise. Jigu Trend, a financial media platform focusing on China's economic policy and social trends, published an article in 2024, stating that behind the price increases of instant noodles, pickled mustard, and cola, there is a wave of price increases targeting the sunken market, which is spreading rapidly. The article pointed out that the consumer group of instant noodles is mostly migrant workers, and their needs are fast, cheap, and full. However, in today's China, there are obviously very few foods that can meet all these conditions altogether and are cheaper and easier to obtain than instant noodles. Even if the price of instant noodles rises to 69 cents per pack, it will still remain the most cost-effective option, and people will have to buy it. By analogy, pickled mustard and Coca-Cola have the same monopoly position. According to the Jigu Trend article, when housing prices continue to fall, the automobile industry is in a state of severe internal competition, and performance is in a state of collapse. No one will have an easy life, and this wave of price increases that encircle ordinary people has just begun. Commentator Yan Dan wrote that the CCP government, which should be responsible for the dining table and vegetable basket of the people, has not provided any substantial assistance or relief, and is even specifically targeting the poor, launching a looting effort without any room left. As China's economy continues to deteriorate, the consumer venues that match it appear. Come on, low-cost space for the poor in Tianjin City. Internet cafes only cost 14 cents an hour. Big pot dishes cost $1.40, and you can eat as much as you want. It's also convenient to sit and chat at the roadside stalls. You can drink mutton soup for $1.11, and the roadside skewers are delicious for 14 cents. If you want to save money, a $1.11 noodle shop can guarantee to feed you full. The daily rental room is $2.10 for a stay. People who wander around the world regard different places as their homes, and wherever they go is their destination. Living in a cheap daily rental room is a win to save money. Why bother to have a bicycle? Somewhere in China, such businesses can be found. 14 cents for a dish, or even 14 cents for a buffet. Chef, what dishes are there for 14 cents each? There are shredded pork with green peppers, shredded pork with carrots, shredded pork with pickled vegetables, roast duck with carrots, shredded pork with potatoes, shredded pork with winter melon, shredded hot and sour potatoes, stir-fried bean sprouts, stir-fried Chinese cabbage, stir-fried amaranth. You can eat different dishes for a week without repeating them. You see, the size of the dish is pretty substantial and the taste is okay. The rice costs 14 cents per person too, and the soup is complimentary. So you can eat totally full for $1.40 per person. What can you complain about? What can a 14 cents per person buffet bring to the business? As a restaurant, there is no wealth without popularity. You can take a look at the 14-cent buffet. We have fruits, free congee, and free side dishes. The dishes are freshly mixed and fried daily, plus we offer self-service steamed buns which can definitely achieve ultimate cost-effectiveness. The Chinese Communist regime has run out of money, and the utilities of Chinese families have become the targets of the CCP. I checked the internet and found that liquefied gas is $625 to $694 per ton. The cost is very clear, but the liquefied gas companies with $2.10 cost skyrocketing increase from their original selling price of $5.60 to $8.30 per tank to $18 per tank, which is outrageous. The cost of gas for ordinary people has also doubled. Moreover, if we take a brand new gas tank to fill with gas, it will be directly labeled as a dangerous item unless it's a gas tank from the gas company, and we are not allowed to use gas in this way. The gas delivery personnel arbitrarily judge the expiration of the old gas tanks so that they request to recycle and refurbish them, and then resell the old gas tanks for $28 each, while the brand new gas tanks in the market only cost $21 each. What is the real economic situation in China now? The bosses of many industries can't fall asleep. The current situation of all walks of life this year is that people can't fall asleep at night. There are too few people who dare to tell the truth. Now, the tobacco and liquor store owners can't fall asleep, the wholesalers in the market can't, and the vegetable sellers in the vegetable market can't. The bosses of the physical catering and clothing stores can't. The bosses of the beauty salons can't, and the company owners can't, and the manufacturing factories can't fall asleep even more.
也更加睡不着觉。
Even so, the Chinese Communist Party authorities are still shouting, "Stimulate consumption." A lady who does loans responded to this.
30万一个月还800块钱的贷
No
款，
one takes out such a low-interest loan like $41,600 and the monthly repayment of $111. You are still trying to stimulate consumption. What can you use to stimulate? There is no need for stimulation at all. Who doesn't know how to spend money, right? Who doesn't know how to enjoy life with money, eat well, wear well, and use good things? If you have the ability, don't stimulate consumption, stimulate income. If you can increase the income of ordinary people, even fools will know how to consume, right?
傻子都知道去消费，对不对？
People are struggling financially and it's becoming increasingly difficult to find a job. A woman shared her thoughts on the current employment environment.
真的太离谱了，现在的就业的环境。
It's really outrageous. The current employment environment has reached the point of extreme internal friction and even a vicious cycle. More than one friend and classmate around me complained to me about how bad their working environment is. That is to say, there are employers that have done work in their positions, plus others' positions, which makes them already exhausted physically and mentally. In the end, these kinds of employees can no longer endure it and even quit without finding a new job. The rest of the employees who wanted to quit have been deeply encouraged and then chose to resign. Then the remaining employees have to do double or even multiple jobs, and they will eventually be squeezed layer by layer and won't be able to stand it. But from the company's perspective, they don't hire people. In order to reduce costs and increase efficiency, they don't hire people. The remaining employees have been doing multiple jobs. They can't stand it and they want to quit. In fact, everyone is short of money and needs to make ends meet. But this job is too tiring. It's really unbearable. People can't work anymore, which leads to physical and mental exhaustion. So they can only quit or leave. Take our bank branches, for example. Our grassroots branches are very short of manpower, but our leaders can ask for manpower support from their superiors. That means that our employees have to do the workload of multiple people. We are not even allowed to have sick leave. We don't even have the right to get sick. We can't get sick. I have other friends who haven't been paid for a half a year, but in such a situation, the employees have to work overtime every day.
就这样，他们员工每天还要加班。
Many people have to choose to set up street stalls to make a living after being laid off and unemployed.
现在有一个非常残酷的商业
There is a very cruel business phenomenon now. That is the army of street vendors. There are too many street vendors. It's said that there are more than 20,000 street vendors in Chengdu, Chongqing, Xi'an, Hangzhou, and Hefei, Wuhan, and Changsha. They affect the business of all physical merchants. These people spend hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars to invest in renting stores, but their business is undercut by these street vendors. And it seems that there will be more and more street vendors. You can see that Mishui Ice Cream has sent its staff to set up stalls around. The store is only used for production, and then stalls are set up to grab customers.
然后摆摊去抢客户。
The army of street vendors continues to surge, and the wave of closures of physical stores follows. Stores are closed from shopping malls to one Chinese yuan stores. No one is spared. Now the impact of e-commerce on physical stores is too severe, and they can't continue. In the past, when we went shopping, no matter how big the shopping mall was, there were people entering, and no matter how small the store was, there were customers. For such a space in this location, it was very hard to get one back then. 2025 is less than halfway through, and people from all walks of life feel particularly anxious. Some people have summarized why 2025 is so difficult.
今年为什么这么难？
Why is it so difficult this year? Why do you think so? Those who dare to think, act, and invest in entrepreneurship either have no business or are cheated. And those who work hard and go to work are either laid off or there is no work to do. And those who return to their hometowns after losing their jobs are either lying flat or depressed. Those who want to make a comeback either have no one to help them or their capital chain is broken. Now there is no way to make money and the loan is illegal. If you buy a lottery ticket and want to get rich, the winning number is not the number you choose. You can't do business, you have no place to work. Then you lie at home and stay idle, and your relatives and friends don't look at you straight.
都不把你正眼看。
Too tired. This is how many Chinese people feel nowadays.
房贷、车贷像两
Housing loans and car loans are like two mountains. Medical care and education fees are two sharp knives. Prices are rising faster than wages, and savings can't keep up with inflation. Young people work extremely hard to make money, middle-aged people dare not get sick, and the elderly are afraid of being a burden. Every stage of life is just worrying about money. What's the most ironic thing? We have created the world's second largest economy, but we have become the most exhausted generation.
最疲惫的一代人。
The following video is even more heartbreaking. An 85-year-old grandmother slept on the side of the road in order to catch the morning market the next day. The 85-year-old grandmother should have been enjoying her old age with her children and grandchildren, but she has to sleep on the street to make a living. What does the life of a Chinese person mean to the CCP? On the Chinese internet, a term is popular, human ore. To a certain regime, people are just a resource that can be used. If they have no use value, they will be abandoned. On the other hand, when this term becomes popular, it means that the Chinese people are already awake. That's all for today. If you enjoy our content, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment, and share it with a friend. We appreciate your support, and we'll see you next time.